So I haven't updated in a little bit, but I did receive my Playdate, and I've had it. I have 3 weeks of games, or 4 weeks of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I've had it for a little bit. I've been playing the games, and I've also been working on a mini game pack. So that's this right here. Wonder if I can get it into focus at all. Look at the games. Okay, maybe not. But I'm working on a game pack. I can't play this backwards. And I also downloaded a bunch of other games as well. So there's a lot of stuff on itchio you can sideload and play. But what I'm working on is just kind of like a proof of concept for using the crank, just some different ideas I had. But I didn't want to work on like a really big, long to develop one game for the crank. I just wanted to do a lot of experiments with different crank games. So I wonder if I can. This is on itch.io, and I currently have 4 games out, and I am gonna make. I think I have 16 total planned, so I have like maybe a quarter of them done. I really wish I could get this to focus. Focus. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just play it on the emulator so you could see it better. Okay, so apparently there is a update to the SDK, but this is the game. Actually, let me just put this on like a window view so you can see just the Playdate, because that will make it easier to see everything. There's that. Video capture device if you want to see my face. Or my cat over there. And I'll keep this as it is so you can see the crank as we're playing with it. So, first game, Toilet Paper Cat. I made this for some kid friends of mine who, they are... It's hard to memorize ages when they keep getting older every year. They're something like 9, 11, 14, and 16, and they can be very competitive with each other. So this game I just kind of made for them as like a little thing to compete on. So this was the very first one I did. And the idea is you're supposed to crank as fast as you can to unroll the toilet paper. Now, on the simulator, I can just do that and get the best score, but they'll actually have the playdate. I mean, like, doing this and trying to get the fastest time. My fastest time, I think, is 15 seconds. Someone else online said that their fastest time was 14 seconds. And then the kids get like 20. So then you can hit menu, or you can hit A and go back, or you can just go here and go back to the main menu. And then also, all of this is open source, so there's a repository. You can view the code for everything if you want. I'm kind of alternating between like competitive, like games where you try to hit a high score, and a game that has like multiple levels. So bass ball, you have multiple levels. You aim with the crank, and then you hit up because it'll be easier to hit up over here while you're cranking because you're holding with one hand and, you know, the other. So you have multiple things you shoot over. And there we go. And then they start moving, and it gets progressively harder. Currently there's just 9 levels, so it's not a lot to beat it. It's pretty easy. I Hate Skeletons is one that doesn't have an end. You just kind of keep going until you die. So you find a skeleton, and then you hit up to do the punching. So, and, you know, they'll come closer to you. And so you have to kill, and they get more health as you go. But it's just like a panorama view. You crank to look around, and then you hit the up button so that my fist will go and punch this skeleton. And it starts kind of slow. It just has a timer and a point counter, and then you just punch. It's not my favorite one. I just wanted to make something with the panorama view and then crank around to make it seem like a first-person game, so We Have Lasers is another level-based game. So in this one, let's see, I'll use the arrow keys here. You use down to shoot. I might increase the speed of these lasers. It's a little bit boring, but it's basically reverse Space Invaders, but it gets more complicated as we go. So right now, this is like the tutorial where it's just like, hey, kill that one tank who shoots at you if you kind of get to the same X position. And then you'll see little newspaper headlines as you go, and you will get more aliens or better aliens. Some different levels have different things. You can lose one of your guys. As long as you don't lose both of your guys, you're fine. So you're basically just controlling the aliens. I don't remember how many levels you have to go in to get the really good alien, but yeah, it's basically that. So, and then currently, the last thing I have is, well, this isn't even implemented yet, but it doesn't do anything. This is what the template for everything looks like. So that's what I'm working on, and I can show you some of the code stuff. So all of the games, I might tweak them. I might end up making some that aren't crank related, but I haven't really figured out what I want to do with that yet. Under design, we can see all of the art assets I've done so far. So for instance, here's Sentient Ball, one of the games that I haven't done yet. There's Bass Ball, Crank Crank Car, which will probably be like a racing game, Dino on Ice, High Five King. So with that one, I was planning on where you have to hold your arm back. I guess, I don't know which way it would go. You hold your arm back, and then you high five is kind of what I'm planning. Hot Marsh. This will be kind of like the Monster Hunter meat cooking mini game. I don't know. Maybe I'll change this out with something else because that's really pretty simplistic. Motor Horse. Don't Touch My Pizza. Potions for Less. Appreciation. I Hate Skeletons. Woodshop Newbie. And then there's the game pack screen. And so those are the games I'm going to be working on. And I usually, depending on how busy a week is, I could get like 1 or 2 games done per week. So when did I publish the first version here? We have first version at July 3rd, and it's currently July 15th, so I've made 4 games in about 10 days, 11 days, and so I'll keep working on the rest of this. Now with Appreciation, it's basically like a Tinder style interface, and then you'll see a bunch of dogs. So if you want to submit a photo of your dog, you can do that. Where did I save the dog pictures? Probably just under pup. Is this the grid of dogs? So here are dogs so far. And so you'll see doggy pictures, and you'll vote swipe right or crank left. And then I might draw some dogs to go in there as well. That one's not really going to be much of a game, just kind of more of a cute thing to look at. And yeah, so that's that. And then from the itchio page, you can get to the source code. You can download any of the version, well, this version for free. It has the 4 things in it, and then I'll add another executable once I have the next game and the next game. So yeah, and a few comments. I don't usually get comments on my itchio page, so I love getting comments. But yeah, that's what I've been working on with Playdate. I have my PC game Rarith that we've been working on. I'm probably going to pause that for just a few more weeks so I can get more Playdate games in this minigame pack done. And then I also am starting to prep for fall semester, so I have to even out work day job time with game dev time, and also helping parents move, and also helping out my friends my friend went on an international flight, and so like the dad is still around, but the kids are probably going to be pretty bored or whatever, I don't know. So just a lot to do as always, because life is a thing. But these are the games that I'm working on, so maybe please check them out if you want to. If you have a Playdate or if you have questions, let me know. And again, all the source code is there, so if you have a question about something, you can also just send a comment or an email or something. But yeah, there's my cat back there. Kabe! Kabe! Cat. Okay, bye.